Ah, there you are, Malik. Hey, it'll be a while until we reach Ketoth and the Iron Guard military base.
Excellent.
So, what are your thoughts?
Destroy the Skarsh.
No, I mean right now.
Returning to Ketoth and return to military base.
Never mind. This is going nowhere. Sorry for trying to strike up a conversation.
This ship, how did you acquire it?
What?
You and the Judds are the only organic life forms maintaining the integrity of this mega-class starship, which seems highly improbable.
We have Comodaster and of course the cyber units, one of which you're inhabiting if you forgot.
That does not answer my question. Why do two organics live in a ship of this size rather than a more smaller model?
I like wide open spaces. Anything else you wish to know?
I have also noted that the ship's logs have been erased before July 2436.
Well, there was an ion storm a while back. It could have erased.
They showed signs of tampering.
Look, drop the issue, or I'm gonna drop you into the cold oblivion of space. You got it?
Then I shall not press the issue.
Good. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other matters to attend to. Twilight instructs Starlight to make a new friend in Ponyville. Hold it! Oh, neurotic Twilight, how I've missed you and your brand of hilarious, anxiety-prone comedy. No Second Prances begins with a really good setup. Going back to the crystalling, it was Starlight rekindling a broken relationship with Sunburst under Twilight's tutelage, and now it's the next stage of her friendship and character development using Twilight's knowledge to acquire a new friend. And as each of the main six assists her in her mission, we see just how much Starlight uses her magic as a crutch in social situations. Which makes sense seeing as she's been using her magic all her life to manipulate others, and she's struggling to wean that trait of hers, of imposing magic on others in actually one of the more hilarious scenes of the episode.
Annie Apple awoke and accidentally ate an auburn azalea.
And though the second half of the story is played rather seriously, what comedy was present is actually really good. The new facial expressions were also over the top and awesome, supplementing the humor. Then we arrive to the long-awaited meeting of Starlight and Trixie, and honestly, the interactions between them are very well done. You have two characters who are even now haunted by the emotional baggage of their past exploits, being berated by others behind their backs, and they form a believable kinship, both just looking to move on with their lives, trying to earn penance, which they sadly, though more so Trixie, cannot find. And it draws you in as you understand and feel their emotional turmoil. Bonding between the two is not only cute, but it really is the best part of the episode as you learn more about their motivations and again their emotions. And our Alicorn Princess of Friendship pops in every once in a while to dissuade Starlight from joining the dark side. Initially, it does feel like a retread of Twilight's distrust from What About Discord and not believing her friends can befriend a questionably reformed character, but that's not true as the status quo is different for Twilight now. Again, going back to the crystalling, we saw how exuberant Twilight was in having her own pupil, pretty much oblivious to Starlight's anxiety in meeting Sunburst. Essentially, Twilight is riding high with her new mentor role and anxiety is cranked up to 11 as she might disappoint her own mentor Celestia, thus her overreacting and spying on Starlight's progress makes sense for her to go to these extremes, almost lesson 0 Twilight. Then the big reveal of Trixie's ulterior motive to get revenge on Twilight. At first it seems like just an artificial way to force a climax, if not for her previously seen prideful nature in her earlier episodes and her lingering jealousy of Twilight we saw throughout the episode. And what I find most fascinating here is that all three parties weren't particularly in the right or wrong here. Thus we come to the theme here. Pride. Trixie's pride exposed her jealousy of Twilight. Starlight's pride and friendship forced her to choose Trixie over Twilight out of fear of losing a fellow wounded soul, and Twilight's pride to show off her abilities as a mentor made her blind and not give Starlight room to flourish on her own and thus dictate what she should do. A very well orchestrated scene. Later on we have the magic show, which was actually kind of difficult to watch. This is kind of a dark allegory for depression and self-destruction. She knows she can't pull this trick off on her own and yet goes through the charade knowing she's lost everything. She is willing to let herself basically die, and die for her art of showmanship. Oh, by the way, Twilight, I know you and Starlight are learning a friendship lesson now, but there is a potential suicide in progress, so if you might want to take care of that, that'd be great. Anyway, the trick is a success, all is forgiven, and we end on an admittedly kind of wasted appearance by Princess Celestia. This was a very interesting episode that really ran the gamut of emotions from a humorous first act to an increasingly serious and kind of dark story. But the main focus of Trixie and Starlight is what makes this episode good. Not great, but decent for its very peculiar slice of life setup. Coming full circle on Trixie's redemption and some nice character development for Twilight and Starlight as well. Alright guys, that's all for this week. Till next time, MC out.